Clean sweep last week at UFC 315. All 5 most confident picks hit, and Jack Della Maddalena is the new UFC welterweight champion in a fucking awesome fight against Bilal Muhammad. I'll break that one down for you guys. The 5 most confident were Natalia Silva, Beksat Almakin, Jasmine Jazadavicius, Navajo Sterling, and Modestas Bukauskas, who, yes, did also deserve that decision, you fucks. We'll talk about it in a minute. All right. First, we're going to start off with the 5 most confident picks for UFC Fight Night Morales versus Burns, which is going down this weekend. And I think we're going to keep some nice action because I think everybody who turned off that pay-per-view on Saturday said, I saw some shit tonight. I saw some people get down tonight. We saw some good fights. I think we're going to see some more here. Give me Ruziboev over Stoltzfus. I think Ruziboev is too fast, too dangerous, and above the level that Stoltzfus has shown. Melquizael Costa over Julian Erosa. This is probably the least confident of the 5, but I do think Melquizael Costa is too damn dangerous for Julian Erosa. I think his submission game is legit, so Julian Erosa is not slapping a guillotine on here. I think he can outstrike him. Thiago Moisés over Jared Gordon. I'll break that one down deep, but essentially I think Thiago Moisés can get it done everywhere. Matheus Camilo over Gabe Green. Gabe Green's cutting down from 170 to 155. How does he plan on doing that? And Connor Matheus versus Yadler Delvalle. I think Connor Matheus might be a little bit chinny here. We got to go Delvalle storming forward, getting himself a KO. Those are my 5 most confident for UFC Fight Night. Let's break them down a little bit. I'll start with Delvalle there. Delvalle puts pressure on people, and he's a powerful dude, and we've seen Connor Matheus have issues. However, it is a young UFC newcomer against a guy who's at least fought some UFC competition. And how many times have we seen UFC debuts where they don't quite line up the way you thought? I'm going to say that Delvalle gets it done, but I also understand that he's in a position where, you know, the bright lights will be on him in this one. I'm talking about him. People got to get nervous about that. I'm going with Delvalle. Camilo over Gabe Green. Very similar situation. I'm going with the newcomer, but Gabe Green here has more red flags. I mean, Gabe Green was a big 170. How the fuck is he supposed to cut to 155? And he's been out for a while. You know, he lost to good, solid competition. You know, those losses have aged perfectly fine. Brian Battle's good, you know. Ian Gary, God, how could I not find Ian Gary? Ian Gary's good, okay? Real good. But Gabe Green being out for this long after some, you know, one-sided losses and then coming in here against a hungry kid, I just want to see weigh-ins on this one. I want to see Gabe Green step on the scale. I want to see what he looks like. Go ahead and check back with me at on Friday. I will drop the full card predictions for y'all on Friday. And those are post weigh-ins where we really get to see what's up. You know, I got to tell you guys, hey, red flag on Jose Aldo because he missed weight. We don't know if he's injured. This is definitely one where let's see what Gabe Green does at weigh-ins. Make weight? I'm not sure about that. Jared Gordon and Thiago Moisés. Jared Gordon, hands high, moving forward, bending his knees, putting pressure on dudes, little bit of wrestling. I think Thiago Moisés could cancel all that shit. I think Thiago Moisés is better from that green zone, that kickboxing range. I think Thiago Moisés is sharper on the ground. Thiago Moisés could finish him, you know, as to where with Gordon, you're looking at split decision is what you're hoping for, I guess. I got Thiago Moisés. Melquizael Costa and Julian Erosa. Julian Erosa is not bad. Both of these guys, 3-fight win streaks. Both of these guys definitely have the tools, but Melquizael Costa's got the more dangerous tools. Costa's more likely to get a submission in this fight. I don't see him getting guillotined by Erosa. And I think on the feet, he can hurt him. I think Costa being a little bit more vicious, a little bit more explosive, younger, I'm going to go with Costa here, getting this thing done, probably by finish. Ruziboev and Dusitn Stoltzfus. Ruziboev's good, man. I know he lost to Joaquin Buckley, but how is that aged? Is Joaquin Buckley doing all right? Who are you picking between Buckley and Usman? Buckley's good. I think Ruziboev could look good here. I think his hand speed's going to really matter here. Stoltzfus has, losses to anybody who's good, right? Anybody who's good in the division. He's not beating A-Bus, right? He's not getting those type of victories. I believe that here he's going to suffer from a speed disadvantage of a young kid who can wrestle real well too. Somebody he's not going to be able to eke out a decision over. I think that Ruziboev gets this thing done and probably another finish. Again, I think this is an exciting card. I don't think you got anything to worry about if you like exciting fights. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going Ruziboev, Costa, Thiago Moises. I'm going Camilo, and I'm going Delvalle. I got those as my 5 most confident picks. You might be like, Mike, you didn't say Morales over Gilbert Burns. You got that right. I think these odds are stupid. Okay. I think Morales has yet to be tested in the grappling department by a fighter like Gilbert Burns caliber. Not even close. What, Neil Magny's the closest we've gotten to? All love to Neil. I used to do commentary with Neil Magny at HFC. Neil's my boy. But Gilbert Burns, when he takes your back, when he gets to positions, can finish this fight. Gilbert Burns has ways to win this fight. He might be 37, 38. I haven't seen him fall off like some people are saying. What, he lost to Bilal Muhammad, to Jack Della Maddalena, and to Sean Brady, and you say he's done? Those are 3 of the top 5. He, for all we know, might be smoking number 10, number 9, number 8. I haven't seen that he's not. I think Gilbert Burns is on the other side of his prime, but 8-1, 8-1, 8-1. What the fuck are you guys talking about? This is a kid who's fought nobody, stepping in there with Gilbert fucking Burns. One of the best grapplers the division's ever seen. His submission grappling is very high level. He can strike. He banged it out with Hamzat. Hamzat can strike a little bit. He's shown his striking ability. He can club anybody. Gilbert Burns can crack. He took down Jack Della Maddalena. Ask Bilal how easy that is to take down Jack Della Maddalena. Ask him how hard it is to hold Jack Della down. What, just because Gilbert couldn't? I don't know, man. I see Gilbert making this thing a fight. It's 5 rounds. It's interesting. It's interesting. But you know what? Before I get to the chat, we got to celebrate this dub, y'all. We got to celebrate this dub. Okay? If you were late to Moneyline tonight, you fucked up. AJ and I stayed on after Moneyline and laughed our ass off. AJ was feeling the CBD. You know, huh? What am I allowed to say on YouTube? AJ was feeling the CBD lion, all right, during the show. He was laughing his ass off afterwards at how he was feeling during the show. Don't want to say too much. All right, let's talk about last week. Jack Della Maddalena shakes up the UFC. Just shakes it up. Islam was going to fight Topuria. Jack Della beats Bilal. Now Islam calls out Jack Della, which leaves Topuria with what? Charles Oliveira? Okay, that's pretty dope. That's actually a dope fight. Who doesn't want to go to Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira live? Violence. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get violence. I think it made the UFC fun. This shakeup makes things interesting. This might open up Bilal versus Usman. That's a real grudge match. Those guys really are about to throw down at the grocery store. That's legit. I think Jack Della Maddalena is in entertaining fighter. The boxing is beautiful to watch. How he gets playful in there. You know, Anderson Silva said in some training instructional, my opponents fight, but I'm in there to play. I'm playful. And he's playful with his movement. If you look at Anderson Silva rolling the shoulders, dropping his hands a little bit, light on his feet, he's being playful in there. And you saw Jack Della Maddalena playing, right? I don't think a lot of people think it's because he hates Bilal so much. He's in the zone, man. You know, Bilal Muhammad spins, Jack Della spins, gets in the karate stance. You know, he's having fun out there. He's in his groove. He's in his timing. He's in his headspace. He's applying the right amount of pressure. He's moving properly. Like Jack Della's head is always on a swivel. He's always kind of moving. Anytime, if you and I were to start a race, okay, and we start at the same start line, ready, set, go, it's fair, okay? But if I start and you already are moving and then you say go, you have a head start, okay? Same thing with head movement. If you come in static with your head up, okay, and I throw something at you and then you got to slip it, you're going to be a little bit behind the guy who's already got his head on a swivel, right? He's already moving. Jack Della has that. Anytime they're in those exchanges, watch him. He's bending his knees. He's bobbing and weaving. And that's why those punches come out of nowhere. When I broke this fight down on this show, I told you guys what? That it wouldn't be the first or second punch, but the third or the fourth that would hit Bilal. Listen to Jack Della's corner. He's saying it's the third or the fourth punch every time. Am I from the future? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I also told you that Jack Della Maddalena has incredible get-ups, that he's working on the wrestling, that he's training with Craig Jones. Did it look like it? Leon Edwards, when he gets taken down, accepts position much more than Jack Della. Jack Della contests it. There's a heart to Jack Della Maddalena that is so admirable. And speaking of heart, there's a heart to Bilal Muhammad that we saw too. I think Bilal getting booed at every single show is getting to him a little bit. And I hope he gets cheered at this point because we got to see Bilal Muhammad's heart. Bilal's a dog. Bilal has a champion's mentality. He's a very hardworking person, very mentally driven person. You just saw two very mentally tough men go to war. It was awesome. I love Jack Della's corner. You're not fucking tired. He's like, fuck, you're right. I'm not fucking tired. He went out there in that fifth round and looked great. Ping him. Perfect. Well said. Ping him. Movement, ping him. Move. Great footwork. Great head movement. Outstanding takedown defense. I love how Jack Della turns sideways and uses his arm to catch underneath Bilal's chin, brings him up with it and turns in. I see that from Craig Jones' instructional, Just Stand Up. Shout out to Craig Jones. Fuck it, I'll plug his instructional. He shows, he also has an Instagram video where he shows a Darce choke from there. I'm sorry, a ninja choke. He shows a ninja choke from there, guillotine, the one that Mayra Bueno Silva hit on Holly Holm from that position where you could wrap. I think he was doing it in context of a Colby Covington fight, if I'm not mistaken. Colby and Leon. You see the high-level grappling coming through. Craig Jones deserves credit. He really is making Australian MMA great. Huge victory for Jack Della. Absolutely sick fight. I hope you guys loved that shit like I did. Yeah, the most confident there, we could run through really quick. Natalia Silva. Wow. Natalia Silva's good. Natalia Silva. The twitch of her hips, the way she feints girls, and like that first round, her performance is so high level. Her striking so high level. I think Weili, Shevchenko, whoever is going to have trouble striking with her. She might be the best female striker, pure striker in the UFC. Very impressive performance. The side-to-side movement's excellent. Of course, you know, that's how I broke it down, right? That was the parlay, by the way, in the premium channel. So in the premium channel, the lock of the night, Modestas Bukauskas hit, and the parlay, Natalia Silva and Not coming to the top of my head. Jasmine Jazzadavicius. God, Jasmine Jazzadavicius ran over Jessica Andrade. Jesus, Jessica. Jasmine Jazzadavicius smoked Jessica Andrade. Natalia Silva special. Parlay of the week was plus 100. Jasmine Jazzadavicius and Natalia Silva. Y'all, plus 100. It costs $20 to get into premium. You're going to get a plus 100 parlay that is so likely to hit, right? No brainer. And they're ladies' fights. Free Channel 8 as well. Gave out Bekzat, who I picked by knockout, but just gave out straight money line. Instant knockout in that fight. And then against Brad Katona, who's a cardio machine, but not explosive like Bekzat. And then Navajo Sterling, who had a pretty good fight, but comes out on top. Yeah, lots of good shit last week. So super, super awesome fights. I had a lot of fun watching that card. I gave out Bekzat to you guys, Jasmine Jazzadavicius, Navajo, etc. And Modestus did beat Ian Cutelaba. Everybody chill the fuck out. He landed the cleaner shots. Okay, DC over there. It was a robbery. DC. You're not scoring the fight, dude. You're calling the fight. It's hard to score the fight when you're calling the fight. I don't think upon a second watch, DC would be so confident in Cutelaba. I think Cutelaba was winging shit, kicking a little bit, but it was Modestus Bukowskis landing the clean shots and clearly timing him better and doing the damage. All right. What say you, chat? Am I worried about Ruziboev's takedown defense? Worried's not the right word, but yeah, Ruziboev definitely has some work to do in the takedown defense department. Here, I think you can defend Stoltzfus' takedowns, bro. You're surprised Denise is not on there? I got to pick 5. I thought Jaron Gordon beat Nasrat Haqparast. What do you think about that fight? Close. I mean, I'd have to really watch it back to give you that. Jared Gordon likes to be in these close fights. He gets eked out by Paddy Pimblett. He gets in these close ones. I just don't see Thiago Moises being the customer for that, man. Thiago Moises can finish this fight. I think I like him in the green zone. I like him at range. His kickboxing, obviously his jiu-jitsu is nasty. His submission ability, I think he's going to win. What up, Pepino? Yo, I was late to Moneyline tonight. Love you both, but you both got to stop with that gorilla shit. Y'all don't know the average gorilla is only like 400 pounds. Give me Eddie Hall and Aspinall under 3.5 rounds. The 100 men versus the gorilla thing. You guys want to do this right now? What 100 men? You're just going to at random pull 100 people from your Saturday night street fest, right? You're just going to pull 100 random folks, they're going to run away from the gorilla. Okay. That gorilla is going to come out. They're going to go, oh shit. What am I doing this for? Fear factor. Get me the fuck out of here. Right. That's what's going to happen. Or are we talking about, I get to pick some warriors. I get to pick Tim Kennedy, who's seen some shit, I get to pick fucking real warriors. All right. Are you going to give me Tom Aspinall and Francis Ngannou and John Jones? Is that the team of 100 men? Because now the 100 men are looking like they're about to fuck this gorilla up. Okay. So it matters what 100 men. Because if Brock Lesnar's on the team, I am feeling better about it. If I get a submission specialist who's got a nasty triangle choke and can reverse triangle this gorilla, now we're talking. Now we're breaking the shit down. Because everything has 2 arteries in their neck. That's, primate, kind of anything built like us, right? Bunch of arteries in here, okay? You cut off the blood flow to the brain, they're passing out. Okay? And I feel like me and 5 Tom Aspinalls, take me out of it. I don't want to fight the gorilla. 5 Tom Aspinalls, getting it done. I do. appreciate the post weigh-in shows now, Finch. Of course, Wise. I will be live post weigh-in, and I think that Gabe Green weigh-in is a huge piece of it. But we always look at all the fights. When Jose Aldo missed weight, that was important to note. When Bruno Silva missed weight, look what happened to him. Guys, when people miss weight, we have to. I don't see the lines move that much. When people miss weight, they very often have something wrong. There is something wrong. Red flag, right? Take note. Burns may be the dog of the year if these odds get worse. Bro, these odds are bad. Hey, what up, Elijah? I'm glad. Let's go. Sorry if I skip a couple of you guys. I think after the pay-per-view, I have Shevchenko as the greatest of all time. Shevchenko's good, man. She cracked, man, and Ferro in the fucking schnoz. Boom! Hit her with that hook. You could just see that Shevchenko's got a base to her style. She's just got this patience and ability to uncork a shot. And Manafro's in there kind of flowing, a little nervous. Boom, she gets hit, completely derails her in the fight. I was very impressed by the champ. Absolutely. Yeah, JDM winning's insane. JDM best Sean Brady and Morales and Leon and Shavkat. JDM's a fucking problem, man. I think he's in for good fights with at least a couple of those. Andy and Gary. I think some of those are good. But yeah, Jack Della, count me a fan, man. Count me a fan. Very proud to have picked Jack Della for y'all. Can we get the top 5 one more time? One more time for my people in the back. I'm going with Yadler Delvalle over Connor Matheus. I'm going with Matheus Camilo over Gabe Green. I'm going with Thiago Moises over Jared Gordon. I'm going with Melquizael Costa over Julian Erosa. And I'm going with Ruziboev over Stoltzfus. All right. Those are my 5 most confident for this one. Aldo did get robbed after weigh-ins. I had to put a cheeky bet on Zahabi, but I was rooting for Aldo, you know? Jose Aldo was in a war with Ayman Zahabi. That shit was awesome. How about that kick to the face? Holy shit. He was like punting a football. Jose Aldo used to play soccer. He was kicking it from the sidelines across the fucking field. Boom! He gave him that hip. And Ariel Helwani ate it like a sandwich. Kept coming forward. Gets dropped bad, rocked bad, recovers. Jose Aldo in the 3rd round, completely gassed out. Ariel Helwani hits a takedown, and Ariel Helwani bests Jose Aldo via decision in his retirement fight. I thought Jose was so honest in the post-fight speech. Very, very heartfelt and honest. And hearing that, like hearing how the fire's done from such a warrior, such a guy who he's always shaken when he comes out to fight. He is a fighter's fighter. I mean, tons of heart, right? A respectable person. The work ethic is obviously off the charts. He's always coming in to finish a fight, always coming in insane shape. He's got an IQ on him, but he also jumps into that fire too. He'll bang it out with anybody. A champion, a person who just redefined what leg kicks could do in the sport in his era, you know, was able to show a Muay Thai style that just is you can't replicate it. Jose Aldo is a very special champion, belongs in the UFC Hall of Fame where he's at, and we'll definitely miss him. With that being said, I think it was the perfect time for him to retire. You know, I hope he got paid a lot, and all the best to the King of Rio, Jose Aldo. Folks, that's what I got for this card. Still reeling from the last one. If you want to like make money like the people who tailed me on the last one did, you're welcome to try tailing me again. I am going to drop my lock, my parlay, my premium plays over in the premium channel right after this. If $20 a card is too much for you, the free channel's there, right? 100% free. I'll give out a parlay that I like for sure. I give out my bigger bets Like, generally, it's the ones that I'm betting the most on in the premium channel. That's really what it's for. But you know, the fucking free channel hits too. So you guys are welcome to check that out. All right. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm super hyped up after a sick UFC 315. I mean, I could just watch that over and over again. I think I will watch Jack Della and Bilal over again because the fight was that fucking good. Hopefully, we're in for some good shit this week. I think they priced us out in Morales versus Burns. I'm going to look at that line and look at some footage and try to convince myself that Gilbert Burns could take this fucking beast down. We'll see what's up. Until next time, it's peace and love.